Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium, the site of tonight's SBC River rivalry matchup between the Tiffin Calvert Senecas and the Fremont St. Joe Crimson Streaks. Nate Mullins on the call tonight with Greg Kinn. We have our extraordinary camera guy, Gino Botten, on the call with us tonight. Thank you for tuning in here with us on Heart of Ohio Sports. Please make sure you share this broadcast as soon as you tune in. It helps us reach new audiences. Once again, tonight's broadcast is presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, a proud sponsor here on Heart of Ohio Sports. You're tuned into the pregame show, brought to you by Rodgers Flowers. And of course, we've got about, we'll say about 5, maybe 10 minutes before the start of tonight's game. We got a little bit of time to break this one down, but before we do that, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's ball game and basketball all season long right here on the pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, UIS Insurance and Investments, First National Bank of Sycamore, Phillips Electric, MST Sauce Company, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, TPC Food Service, Rodgers Flowers, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Buckeye IT, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Feasel's Frame and Collision, 5-Star Maintenance, Clouse Electric, Sara, Reisen, Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, and Pyramid Recruiting Offices, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We've got the opening tip coming up next here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Of course, the opening tip brought to you by Phillips Electric. But first, let's talk about the keys to the game, Greggy, as of course we always keys to the game brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant in the Tiffin Mall. Now, I was just recently out there, and they're starting to add some new stuff. Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, I'm telling you folks, if you haven't been in a while, you really have got to stop out. Check out the new menu. Check out some of their new items. I tried the cow tongue tacos last time. I know, Greggy, that sounds kind of weird, but man, I'm telling you, they're absolutely phenomenal. If you're into that kind of stuff, and even if you're not, you just want some chips and queso, hey, gather up your friends, go get some. You deserve it. Now let's talk about the keys to the game. Greggy, this one, when I look at this on paper, it's going to be a tough game for Fremont St. Joe because Tiffin Calvert's coming into tonight. They're rolling. They're streaking right now. And Fremont, they had a bit of a rough go to start the season, to say the least. Just 4 wins coming in tonight. Tiffin Calvert leading the way in the SBC so far with those 11 wins. And Fremont 2-7 within the SBC River, so they're still trying to find their footing within the conference play. And it's kind of a rough formula here as you get towards tournament play. You want to start to be rounding into shape and start to be finding yourself. So when you want to talk about keys to the game, I think tonight consistency is key for Fremont St. Joe. They have to be consistent on both ends of the floor. Give a consistent effort on offense, give a consistent effort on defense, and I think that's the key to building momentum is consistency. So, and then when you talk about Tiffin Calvert, you talk about keys to the game, I don't want to interrupt the Lord's Prayer here, so we'll just go ahead and
Father in heaven. Please, Lord, give us the strength that we never forget that our players, coaches, officials, and our visiting guests are all human beings trying to be their best. We pray that you make this sporting event a friendly and competitive gathering. Protect our athletes, guide our officials with right judgment, inspire our coaches, and may the family support be charitable and in accord with the spirit of the gospel. Jesus, your mother in heaven, intercedes for us, so we pray together. Hail Mary. Our Lady, help of Christians. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a great country with freedoms like no other. To honor America and in respect for those who have served this great country and defend these freedoms, please remain standing for our national anthem, performed by the Calvert Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Brett Welly.
That got him going, Greggy.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice rendition there.
Well done by the Tiffin Calvert Pep Band. Once again, under the direction of Brett Welly. We are live here at Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium, the site of tonight's matchup between Tiffin Calvert and Fremont St. Joe. This is a rivalry game, folks. I know that the recent record may not dictate that, but you go back down the history books, you go looking back through the archives, and this is one that really brings out the best in both schools traditionally. Now, lately, it's been kind of a runaway matchup with Tiffin Calvert kind of controlling this series over the last decade or so. But these Fremont St. Joe streaks, I mean, you got to feel like they're coming in maybe thinking about playing spoiler here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, when you're at the top like that, like Calvert is in the River Division against an opponent like this, you're always looking to knock off the big dog, so to speak.
That's right.
And, you know, we spoke to a couple of the players last night, and you can tell that Calvert's momentum leading into this game, they've been rolling. They said they've really been finding themselves here as opposed to the beginning of the season. So, I mean, they're playing with a confidence that I wouldn't want to play against them, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in league play, because right now in league play, they are rolling. Playing with house money, as they like to say, as Tommy and I like to say. They're 8-1 in league play, and they're in the driver's seat. They control their own destiny. They can clinch the SBC River if they just kind of take care of business the rest of the way here. So as far as the keys to the game for Tiffin Calvert, I think for them, man, they really just got to control the pace. You know, play this game at their own tempo and force Fremont into uncomfortable situations on the offensive end of the floor to where they get those turnovers and then points in transition. I really think that's going to be the separating factor between these two teams. Points in transition is going to set them apart here tonight for Tiffin Calvert. So opening tip brought to you by Phillips Electric, and we are underway here at Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium. Thanks for tuning in here on the call. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn joining you here tonight. Fremont St. Joe opening possession. 5 on the floor for the Crimson Streaks as that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fremont.
Take a look at the rosters there. Before you go ahead and read those off.
Starting 5, number 1, Clay Stoll. Number 4, Cooper Talika. Number 10, Jackson Wright. Number 23, Brandon Grawl. And number 30, Grant Pert. That's your starting 5 for the Fremont St. Joe Crimson Streaks. For Tiffin Calvert, starting 5 on the floor. Number 5, Lee Morgan. Number 3, Nick Palm. Those are your 2 seniors. And then you have Caden Otterbacher, Jacob Rumback, who has it down low right now. Number 20, he puts it up and puts it in off the glass. Just muscled that one up and in. And you also have the magic man, the magician, Harry Houdini. Sorry, Harrison Schultz.
I was going to say, I don't think it's his official name.
Well, you know, we can call him that whenever we want. So Harrison Schultz rounds out the top 5 for Tiffin Calvert. And those are your 5 on the floor for both schools. We're inside of 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Long three-pointer. Ooh. That one no good off the back rim. Morgan fights for the rebound and tips it to Fremont St. Joe. Under the basket.
That was a nice little play under the basket there.
Jackson Wright puts it up and puts it in off the glass to tie it up at 2 apiece. Wright, the leading scorer for the Fremont St. Joe Crimson Streaks, coming into tonight averaging 17 points a game. Rumback unable to convert on the layup at the basket, but we got a turnover under the basket as Rumback steps on the baseline, and it'll go back to the Crimson Streaks. Tied up at 2 apiece, 6 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Into the forecourt now.
Ain't gonna work there.
Talika had it stolen away. Caden Otterbacher now with it, pushes it into the forecourt. Otterbacher is one of those players who, he might not fill up the stat sheet on the scoring end of things, but every other area, he's going to fill it up. He'll give you the assists, he'll give you the rebounds, he gives you steals, blocks. He does all the dirty things, all the things that you want. He's what you call a glue player.
Oh, no.
Stolen away, Talika drives, puts it up and puts it in off the glass, and Fremont takes a 4-2 lead. 5:24 left here in the first quarter.
I was just going
Morgan had that one stolen away, and the Crimson Streaks get it back. 3-point shot off the back of the rim, no. Otterbacher grabs the rebound.
I was going to compliment their ability to move the ball around there, and another steal, Nate.
Stolen away by Talika. He drives up with the shot off the glass. No, Morgan grabs the rebound for the Senecas. Over to Nick Palm. Full court press being employed by the Fremont St. Joe Crimson Streaks.
Well, I think they were listening to you. They know they got to set the tempo.
That's
here.
right. Into the paint, stolen away, but they get it back as Lee Morgan able to corral the loose ball. Over to Nick Palm for three. Oh, no good. Rebound grabbed by Fremont St. Joe. Grant Pert grabs the board. That one poked away. Run back on the floor, digs it out, but he's on the baseline when he gains control, and that will go back to the Streaks. But man, what an effort there by Jacob Rumback.
Yeah. So far here, Calvert seems cool, calm, and collected. They just need to be able to finish out here at the end of the court.
Yeah.
The Streaks are just playing super aggressive already to start this one.
Jackson Wright kicks it out. Right wing three off the back of the rim, no. That one was Brandon Grawl. Harrison Schultz pulls up from mid-range, no good. Rebound grabbed under the basket by Grawl.
Wow.
And we got a foul under the basket. And that one goes on Harrison Schultz. That's his first, and the first team foul comes at the 4:05 mark here in the first quarter. Calvert just got to settle in here, play at their tempo, play at their pace, play under control here. I think that's the key for Tiffin Calvert. Don't be forced into those uncomfortable situations that you're trying to force them into. Drive it, up with the shot, no. Rebound grabbed by Gavin Wagner as he's into the game now for Tiffin Calvert. Palm pushes it over, now down low for Rumback. Rumback up with the shot, off the glass and puts it in. Jacob Rumback.
With two guys all over him there underneath the basket.
He's got
able to put that up.
The first two baskets of the game, and it's tied at 4 apiece.
Yeah, he's starting to see some more aggression from the Senecas there.
A kick out, mid-range shot, no good. Rebound grabbed by Otterbacher.
Looked like he was going to pass it there, and then he just took off with it. Oh.
Otterbacher.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Now pops it from three, off the front of the rim, no. Rebound grabbed by Wagner. That one tipped out of bounds, last touch by Tiffin Calvert.
Man. I'll tell you what, you got to give it up to the crowd here for the Streaks that showed up here tonight. They're loud over there, Nate.
That's a good showing by that student section over there for sure. But like I said, Greg, this is a rivalry game.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell with the crowd that showed up here tonight.
Well, Fremont treats it like a rivalry game, that's for sure. And a foul on the floor.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Fremont, it ain't a stone's throw away, but it ain't far away either. But that's a nice, like we said, a nice group traveling here to Tiffin tonight for this game.
Battle for 53.
Showing out for their team. Of course, it goes without saying that Calvert has the place packed for them.
Oh, for sure. As usual. And it's senior night, so that helps.
Oh, yeah. Nice little presentation there before the game started tonight.
Tied at 4 apiece. Cooper Talika had that one go off of a Seneca and out of bounds. Kevin Ardner and Carter Wolf now into the game for Tiffin Calvert. Ardner picks up the foul there. That's his first. Cross-court pass nearly stolen by Ardner.
I thought he had that one.
Stoll up with the shot, puts it up and puts it in. Clay Stoll. His first basket of the game. Gives the Streaks a 2-point lead, 6-4. Ardner.
Wow.
Over to Palm, down low for Wagner, and it's out of bounds. Off his hands and out of bounds, just a little bit too far out in front. As Palm says, my bad, I got you. Don't worry about it. They just got to settle in, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell that the Streaks are forcing them to kind of look like they're a little uncomfortable, trying to get them out of their zone and stuff. But
they've got to, like I said, Greg, they got to be consistent. That's the key for them. consistency tonight.
Yeah, are you able to do it the entire game?
Exactly. Is this just going to be an early push, or are you going to maintain this for the whole game? Wagner gets it down low. Spin move, turnaround jumper. Oh, what a nice move by Gavin Wagner. A little turnaround floater. Call that a baby hook.
Baby voice and the baby hook.
Baby hook for the baby face. The sensational sophomore.
Ooh, look at that.
Palm with the steal. Into the paint, up with the shot, puts it up and in. Nick Palm glides to the basket with the finger roll and puts it up and in for the 2-point lead for Tiffin Calvert, their first of the game. Missed shot by Fremont St. Joe, rebound grab by Tiffin Calvert. Nick Palm driving, kick out to Schultz. Schultz now under the basket for Wagner, puts it up, no good. Rebound grab by Talika from the Streaks. Cooper Talika, second leading scorer for Fremont St. Joe, coming into today, averaging right around 12 points a game, 11 and a half on the season. Nick Palm into the forecourt, driving into the paint, up with the shot, off the glass, no. Oh. Wagner grabs the rebound, turnaround, puts it up, puts it in. Gavin Wagner says, I want that MST gift card.
I was going to say, wasn't he the one that...
He was the one last night.
He was very disappointed he didn't get it last time.
I said, hey, man, you just got to go out and ball out tomorrow night if you want it.
What did he say? He put up 22
against Old Fort last Friday. We weren't here to cover it. He says, man, I wish you guys would have been here.
Let's see if he can beat that here tonight with us here in attendance.
And in the game for the Senecas, number 5, Lee Morgan, and number 33, Peyton Adabaka.
10-6, Tiffin Calvert. Talika inbounds. Clay Stahl on the left wing. Stahl driving, puts it up. Oh, what a nice little floater there by Clay Stahl.
Fancy footwork, finished it off there. Nice drive to the basket.
Palm under the basket. Otterbacher puts it up and puts it in. And Tiffin Calvert takes a 4-point lead into the second period. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Hoops on Hoos, Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos. And we're back here at Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium. We are set to start the second quarter. Tiffin Calvert leading 12-8 over the Fremont St. Joe Crimson Streaks. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn on the call with you. We've got Gino Botten running the cameras here tonight. Thanks for tuning in with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you stick around for the halftime show, brought to you by TPC Food Service. And folks, let me tell you, a lot of people watching tonight. As I look at our numbers right now, we're sitting around 40 watchers during the game. And you're watching this paywall free, folks. Whereas if you want to watch the other Tiffin team in town, we got to pay $10 just to watch one game. Nick Palm for three. Knocks it down. So when I say these sponsor names, please, folks, help us out. They're helping you watch this game for free. All you got to do is go shopping at those sponsors' places. That's it. That's all you got to do.
They pay the bills, we bring you the games.
That's right.
Simple as that.
It's that easy.
Can't thank them enough.
When you go see them, tell them we sent you. Tiffin Calvert leading 15-8 over Fremont St. Joe. At the line, Jackson Wright, senior forward, 6'4". Yes, that's 6'4". Presents a little bit of a length issue as that one goes off the back of the rim, no good. Stolen away. Ooh. Sam Paith under the basket for Brandon Grawl, and he puts it up and puts it in.
Floated that one right in there.
Nice little floater there for Grawl. Full court press once again. Man. Under the basket for Otterbacher. That one tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Fremont St. Joe. That's right. That's what we're talking about. Thank you, Peggy, for being a fan. Gavin Wagner set to check in as Kevin Ardner will take a seat. Carter Wolf also will take a seat. Otterbacher. Palm thought about a three, but puts it on the floor, pulls it back, resets the offense. Calls for a screen now. Over to Otterbacher. Morgan. Otterbacher in the paint, gives it off for Wagner. Out for Schultz for three, left-hander, bang! The southpaw, Harrison Schultz, knocks down the three. Stolen away, oh no.
Ooh.
That one poked away, it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fremont St. Joe. Laddie Alcácer, number 2.
I'm glad you can say
was
that.
Was the last
right.
to touch the ball. Yeah. Alcocer. Craig says Alka-Seltzer?
Like, nope, I'm not saying that. I'll mess it up.
Otterbacher over to Palm on the left wing. Now down low, they work it down for Rumback, who's triple team. Schultz over to Otterbacher. Wide open three. No.
Oh, just off.
Rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch by Calvert. Jeff Hammer got out of the way. I haven't seen him move that fast since 3rd grade. No,
I don't know, man. May have some real close-up pictures of the basketball now after that.
No, I've seen him move pretty quickly on the sidelines for football, let me tell you. Don't let the big fool you. He's nimble. Down low, playing the passing lanes as Tiffin Calvert pokes that one away. Fremont St. Joe gets it back. Alcácer pulls it back, resets the offense.
Uh-oh.
Stoll for three. Oh, what a shot! Wow. Clay Stoll says, hey, come here, let me dot that eye.
That was a perfect shot from the camera angle, too, right behind his shot. You can just see that one followed all the way through.
Great shot there by Gino Botten. Harrison Schultz, tied up under the basket. They're going to say held ball. Possession arrow will favor the Streaks. So Fremont St. Joe keeping this a close game, Greggy. 18-13. Just a 5-point ball game. They have possession now. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the first half. Alcácer at the top of the key. Pulls it back. Now resets the offense. I would say he's calling out the play, but that's the coach from the sideline. He nearly loses it, but gets it back. Otterbacher applying pressure, pokes it away. Now with the steal, and it goes out of bounds. Unable to control it as he says, Dad, if you weren't sitting there, I'd have had that.
He's like, come on, I got my feet off the court.
I'm not in bounds.
With the 2 feet of edge of court that you get here.
Alcácer smothered by Nick Palm on defense. Over to Pert, now back to Alcácer. Thought about a three, puts it on the floor. Cross-court pass. That's Paith. Back out for Pert. A little floater there by Pert. That's not going to count as they got a foul off the ball before the shot. Or did they say that was traveling? Did he take off before he put the ball on the ground? I didn't see the foul call. Run back under the basket. Oh, with contact, but No call. Talika grabs the rebound, or the loose ball. Still 18-13. We're down to 4 minutes to play here in the first half. And Grant Pert puts it up. And unable to convert, but draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. That foul is on Gavin Wagner. That's his first. And the 5th team foul here in the first half comes at the 3:56 mark. Grant Pert able to knock down the first. That is his first point of the ball game. Now let's see if he's Pert plus. Yeah, that he is. Got them both. It's a 3-point ball game, 18-15. Otterbacher is fouled on the pass. That one's on Talika. That's his first, and the first team foul against Fremont St. Joe comes at the 3:54 mark here in the second quarter. That's pretty impressive, Greggy. They've been playing pretty consistent so far here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, so far through this first 2 periods here in this game, they've been the same team. They've been applying the pressure, and it's been very consistent, like you said, Nate.
Down low for Wagner. Kick out. Palm for 3. No, but he draws the foul, and he's going to get 3 shots from the line.
I tell you, Nate, you know, me personally, football is my favorite sport. But one thing that I got to say that I love about basketball is how it's such a physical sport, but you can't get too physical. It's like a precise physicality.
Yes.
And it is just so fun to watch.
With each player entitled to his own space, it becomes rather physical pretty quickly. And I'm telling you, yeah, you're right. They say basketball's not a physical sport, but you've never watched high school basketball before.
The way that they're all over each other going after that ball is just crazy. Yeah.
Palm knocks down the first 2. He's got one more coming. Nick Palm toes the line. The third of 3 is in. He's 3 for 3 from the line on that trip. He's got 8 points here tonight on senior night. And he says, Gavin, I know you want that gift card, man, but it's senior night, bub. Respect your elders, you know? Under the basket. Nice find. As Nick Anderson finds Pert under the basket, who lays it up and in. That was a beautiful feed by Anderson there. Otterbacher under the basket for Wagner. Wow. Nearly gets it stolen away, but gets it back. And he is physical down there, man.
Well, it's crazy how many Senecas they'll leave open, but the guy who has the ball can't pass it to anyone because they're just smothering him.
Yeah, they're really quick to recover on defense. 2-3 zone being employed here.
Oh.
3-point shot.
Another beautiful right behind the shot camera angle there. Love those.
Nick Palm now with 11 points.
I love when you can watch the shot and know if it's going to go in or not.
3-pointer from the corner, no good. Air ball, rebound grabbed by Tiffin Calvert. Nick Palm had it poked away from behind.
So frustrating.
Spin move, turnaround. What a nice move by Stull, but unable to finish.
Wow.
Man, that was a heck of a move to the basket there.
You hate stuff like that. It almost feels like you get robbed at the end of that.
Yeah.
Put on such a nice little move and then get nothing at the end of it. So frustrating. Impressive nonetheless.
Very impressive.
Right there, right on the defense again.
Still employing that full court press. Not really much of a press, just a full court set.
He just comes flying up behind him there.
Carter Wolf with it out top of the key. Over to Palm, left corner, 3-pointer. Bang! Nick Palm! Palm now with 14 points.
I mean, hey, you know, they're making the Senecas spread the ball around. If they're going to make you spread it around, take them shots like that.
That's right. 27-17, Tiffin Calvert leading by 10. Fremont St. Joe got off to a nice start, but Tiffin Calvert right now riding a 9-2 run.
Trying to widen that gap there.
Palm drives the baseline, up with the shot, off the glass, no. Rebound tipped around and last touched by Tiffin Calvert. Okay. 10-point ball game. 1:24 left here in the first half. Fremont St. Joe looking to inbound onto the Calvert basket. Stull. Over to Pert. Now back out, Stull for three. No. Rebound grabbed under the basket. Unable to convert. And Talika able to get that one to go. He gets his change. And it's back to an 8-point ball game. 27-19 inside of a minute to play. Left corner, Harrison Schultz. Now Nick Palm. Harrison Schultz. Now over to Palm, working on Grawl. Otterbacher down low. Wolf had it blocked.
Wow.
Pert with the block down low. And Talika brings it into the forecourt now. 25 seconds left here in the first half. Stull driving. Cut off by the defense. Kicks it out. Talika for three. No.
Oh.
Rebound grabbed by Lee Morgan. Palm coming into tonight averaging 10.6 points per game. Well above his average already. And a three-pointer.
He wants that Madison Street card, Nate.
For Caden Otterbacher.
Everybody wants that Madison Street card.
As Otterbacher knocks it down and puts the Senecas on top by 11 as we head to the halftime period. 11-point lead for Tiffin Calvert. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll come back with the halftime show brought to you by TPC Food Service. It's all coming to you next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent, Jeff Leopold, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1144. You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos. All right, and we're back live here at Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn on the call with you. We're here at halftime. Of course, halftime show brought to you by TPC Food Service. Tiffin Calvert leading Fremont St. Joe 30-19 here at halftime. Once again, thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports with us. We're going to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors here tonight for bringing you high school basketball all season long right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, our presenting sponsor, UIS Insurance and Investments, First National Bank of Sycamore, Phillips Electric, MST Sauce Company, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, TPC Food Service, Rodgers Flowers, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Buckeye IT, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Feasel's Frame and Collision, 5 Star Maintenance, Clouse Electric, Sara, Reisen, Century 21, Bolte, and Tiffin, and Pyramid Recruiting Services, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Oh, we got the ball toss into the middle of the court. They put a target right in the middle of the court, and everybody that bought some mini bean balls gets to throw a ball down on the court to see who can get the closest to the center. If your ball ends up the closest to the center, well, you get to pick something on the board of gift cards. I think it's mostly gift cards, but I know there's an MST gift card on there somewhere. I think it's pretty cool. I usually buy some, but today I got a little distracted on my way in, and I didn't get a chance to buy any, and darn it, now I'm sitting here thinking, I want to throw a ball. Everybody holding theirs for the last second. That's it.
2, 1.
And that's it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, guys, let's talk about the game a little bit. How about that, huh? As we just took a minute to talk about the ball toss game here at Tiffin Calvert. I love this game, though. It's really fun. Then they have the kids come on the floor and gather up all the balls afterwards. I mean, child labor. We can all get down with that, right? No, just joking. All right, so 30-19, Tiffin Calvert leading Fremont St. Joe here at halftime. Now, we talked about consistency. Fremont St. Joe started this one out hot, Greg. They came out on the defensive end and really put Calvert in some uncomfortable situations.
Oh, absolutely.
They forced turnovers. They forced them into ugly shots. They forced them into situations they just didn't want to be in, and they didn't think they'd be in the beginning of that game. But I think Tiffin Calvert started to find more passing lanes and push the ball more in transition. You see, towards the end of that second quarter, they were finding buckets, they were finding open shots, and really what they found was if they could work it down low, they collapsed the defense. If you can kick it out and find an open shooter, guys like Nick Palm, Caden Otterbacher, they're knocking down shots tonight here, Greg, and that's the key for this team. They've got to be able to come out and play their brand of basketball. So as much as Fremont St. Joe started this one out very consistent and both ends of the floor, Tiffin Calvert still found a way to put their stamp on that first half, especially there at the end of the second quarter, and they lead by 11 here at the halftime period. So
yeah, I mean, the thing that I noticed there, Nate, like we talked about, and the consistency and getting off to a fiery start and stuff, just the way that they came out is Calvert came out, and like I said, they seemed very cool, calm, collected, no nerves. They knew exactly what their game plan was. They knew exactly what they're capable of, what they were going to come out here and do. And you saw that Fremont St. Joe came out a little more on fire, a little more aggressive. Like you said, they took it to him. They came out and punched him in the mouth and was taking it to him. And Calvert, they stayed the ship, though, you know. They stayed the course. They made sure that they didn't get flustered. They didn't get rattled by that. They stayed doing what they came out here to do, and you saw that start to take over there late in the first period and then into the second as their game plan is hitting on all cylinders now. They're doing what they came out to do. And Fremont, they're doing a heck of a job staying in this one, Nate, but if Calvert can continue to stay in their groove, you don't have a way to stop them yet. You haven't found a way to stop them yet. So you come out on fire all you want, but you've got to find a way to stop them, not just hang in there with them.
And that's why I said consistency is key, because they've got to find a way to keep that effort throughout the entire game. It's not enough to come out in that first quarter or even the first part of the second quarter with that intensity. You have to maintain that intensity throughout the entire ball game in order to beat this team, because this Tiffin Calvert team, I mean, they can come at you from all angles. Like we were talking about last night, Greg, when we had Gavin Wagner and Lee Morgan on the program on mulling it over last night. You know, there's not one guy who's going to come out and beat you every night. You don't know who that guy is going to be. So for Fremont St. Joe, they have to be consistent. You can't just focus on one guy and shut him down like you probably have in the past. You could say, all right, we got to shut down Garrett Spawn tonight, or we got to shut down Nick Seifert tonight. You can't do that with this roster.
Right. It's like you can try to game plan for when you know there's a star athlete, like one specific star athlete, but when you've got a game plan for the entire team, now you have to take into account, you have to make changes during the game of, well, who's hot tonight? Who's hitting their shots? Who's not? And then make adjustments to that, and that's no fun for any coach to try to do during a game.
That's why I said consistency is key here tonight for Fremont St. Joe. So once again, you know, for Tiffin Calvert, they're coming into tournament play, Greg. They're getting close to the end of the season. Tournament draw comes up on the 5th of February. They'll know who they're playing as of that point.
Man,
isn't that crazy?
How does basketball season go so fast, Nate? It feels like we just started.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like we just started and you're already talking about tournament play.
Well, Greg, I saw a post yesterday from Calvert softball. 1 month from today is their first softball practice.
Wow.
1 month from today.
You know, I think, if I'm being honest with you, I think part of what that is they have multiple basketball games a week.
Yes.
As opposed to when I'm used to one football game week. So
right.
I'm just thinking about the one game a week that we get the pleasure of covering. And then there's multiple ones that happen throughout the week that we're missing out on. But I mean, man, yeah, it's just crazy how fast time goes, like that we're almost through the first month of the new year already.
Right.
Unbelievable. And Calvert's hitting their stride. Like they said last night on the podcast, man, they're not the same team that they were at the beginning of the season.
Absolutely.
They were a young team. They were finding their footing, and they believe that they found it now.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of, like I said, they were a young team at the beginning of this season. And when we talked to John Otterbacher on the coach's corner out at Benchwarmers at the beginning of the season, I asked him, I said, what is going to be the identity of this team? And he said, I don't think we know yet. I think we're still trying to figure that out. I said, are you going to try to lean on the defensive end or the offensive end? He's, we really just don't know. We got to feel this out. We got to figure out who we are.
He's had some big shoes to fill from last year.
Absolutely. They had to put themselves into game situations in order for them to reveal their identity. And I think so far, you're starting to see that identity come to form.
Yeah, I mean, practicing with your own team only gets you so far.
That's absolutely
it's not
right.
until you get into the real game experience that you know who you are.
That's right. So we got about a minute until the start of the second half. Let's go ahead and run through our sponsor list one more time and thank all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's broadcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, our presenting sponsor, UIS Insurance and Investments, First National Bank of Sycamore, Phillips Electric, MST Sauce Company, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, TPC Food Service, Rodgers Flowers, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Buckeye IT, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Feasel's Frame and Collision, 5-Star Maintenance, Clouse Electric, Sara Reisen Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, and Pyramid Recruiting Offices, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Let's talk about our halftime show sponsor, TPC Food Service. Folks, if you don't know, you need to know. You need to get in on it. For 75 years, TPC Food Service in Tiffin, Ohio has been providing quality product and service to food service operators in Northwest Ohio and the surrounding areas. Family owned and Ohio proud. Contact them toll free, 800-342-0477 today. TPC Food Service, big enough to serve you, small enough to care. We start the second half. Tiffin Calvert will have the opening possession. Jacob Rumback inbounds to Nick Palm. And we're underway. Thanks for tuning in with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. That one's stolen away by Jackson Wright. Driving into the paint, puts a shot up and puts it in. And that's how you have to start if you are Fremont St. Joe. Turn it up on the defensive end and turn those turnovers into points.
Absolutely, Nate.
Jacob Rumback driving the baseline, puts it up off the glass and puts it in. Jacob Rumback gets the scoring going here for Tiffin Calvert in the second half. And he had the first two baskets of the ball game here tonight. And he's got the first basket for Tiffin Calvert here in the second half.
Look at the streaks just trying to spread this ball around here.
Clay Stahl driving into the paint, had it stripped away. Nice steal by Nick Palm.
That was so casual.
Palm under the basket for Wagner. Wagner up with the shot off the glass and puts it in. Gavin Wagner with a nice move under the basket to draw that separation he needed to get that shot up and in. 6 points here tonight for Wagner. Clay Stahl calls for the offense here, calls for the screen, and gives it off to Talika. Jackson Wright from the elbow, gives it down low. And that was Grant Pert. Goes up with it, no good on the shot, but he's fouled. And that'll earn him 2 shots from the free throw line.
Harrison Schultz, his second.
Harrison Schultz called on the foul. That's his second and the first team foul here in the second half. And Pert, that one toilet bowls its way in.
You don't see that happen that often. Not that perfectly like that.
I thought it was going to roll out for a second.
It rolled a lot. Ooh.
And then he hits every part of the rim. Oh, what a rebound by Jackson Wright.
Nice.
Puts it up and in. And it's a 10-point ball game now. Otterbacher over the timeline to Palm. Palm driving, puts up the shot, puts it in, but an offensive foul. They're going to get Palm with the charge there. That'll be his second foul. And the second team foul against Tiffin Calvert. Clay Stull over to Talika. They got to get it over the timeline soon. I was going to say, it's getting close to 10 seconds now, guys. That shot no good in the paint. Rebound grabbed by Nick Palm. Palm is going to be bodied up and poked out of bounds. Last touch by Fremont. Jacob Rumback looking to inbound, gets it in. Otterbacher over to Schultz. Now Otterbacher over the timeline to Rumback under the basket. It's kicked out of bounds.
I could tell he passed that one so fast. He caught Gino off guard on that one, too. There's no way the ball went. Poor Gino.
Nick Palm.
A heck of a pass.
Gets it into Wagner. Now out to Otterbacher. Back over to Palm. Right wing three. Oh, off the rim. No. Wagner grabs the rebound under the basket. Puts it up and puts it in. Gavin Wagner with the up and under. He's got 8 points here tonight. And Wright had it stolen away by Otterbacher. Under the basket for Palm. Off the glass for Otterbacher.
Ooh,
no.
Rumback
grabs the rebound. Puts it up. No shot. They're going to say foul on the floor. It's going to be on red. Jackson Wright called on the foul. That'll be his first and the first team foul for Fremont St. Joe here in the second half. Comes at the 5:18 mark here in the third quarter. Palm inbounds. Schultz, three-pointer. No. Palm grabs the rebound. Over to Otterbacher. Thought about a three. Cross court for Schultz. Now Schultz drives. Kick out. Palm over to Otterbacher. Wide open three. No. Rebound grabbed by Talika. And the Streaks looking to push. Jackson Wright into the paint, up with the shot, off the glass, no. Rebound grabbed by Rumback. What body control by Jacob Rumback to not come down on top of Harrison Schultz.
All right, that could have been a disaster.
When Jacob Rumback, if he's coming up, he's coming down with authority. So, yeah, he had to make sure he got them big feet out of the way.
That was crazy how he was able to just split the old legs around like that.
Every game for the Streaks. Number 11.
And Jacob's a good kid. He'd have felt awful if he just came down and stomped on his teammate.
There's awareness, and then there's that. I don't even know how he knew it was under him.
Yeah, that was impressive. Under the basket, Rumback puts it up, no. Wagner grabs the rebound, puts it back up, no, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line. Shooting foul, gives him 2 shots. That's the third foul against Fremont St. Joe. Comes at the 4:37 mark here in the third.
So far, I feel like both of these teams have come out here in the second half with this like slower pace mentality where they're feeling it out, taking a look, and then they're hitting it hard, like hitting the throttle real fast. You know, it's like a slow pace, then real fast pace there.
Yep.
Almost identical in the way they're playing right now.
Wagner,
nice.
2 for 2 from the line. He's like, hey, Nick, don't think you're getting that gift card, man.
He's trying to catch up.
He's got 10 points. Stolen away by Rumback. To Nick Palm. Palm under the basket for Otterbacher. Spin move. Up with the shot. No. Rebound grabbed by Talika. Palm nearly grabbed the steal, but it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tiffin Calvert. Such a unique venue here, Tiffin Calvert. The visitor sideline also doubles as the auditorium stage.
Hey, you don't get many like venues with seating like this.
I know, and it's so intimate here, man.
That's
Everything.
the word I was just looking for.
Everything is so on top of each other. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get to know your neighbor.
You nailed it, Nate. I was searching my brain for the word that I was trying to say there, and you just came out with it.
Cooper Talika looking to inbound, gets it into Clay Stahl. Working on Carter Wolf. Nobody home there as he passes it. Thought his teammate was cutting to the basket, but nobody home. Tiffin Calvert basketball leading 38-24 with 3:55 left here in the third. Stolen away by Talika.
I was going to say the Streaks applying great pressure here.
Yeah. They've been playing really good defense here tonight. They just got to get their offensive end working for them.
A 14-point game here, but it definitely doesn't feel like that. It doesn't even feel safe at all for the Senecas.
No, not at all.
Timeout, Streaks, 30 seconds.
A full timeout called by Coach Richard Stombach.
That's the first timeout we've had tonight.
And that is the first timeout of today's ball game. Of course, timeout's brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. That gives me time to talk about our friends at First National Bank of Sycamore. Just was announced recently, Jerry Weininger has taken over as the president and CEO at First National Bank of Sycamore. Congratulations, a big shout out to the Jer Bear, Jerry Weininger. I'm telling you, he's one of my favorite guys to deal with. And he could be yours too. First National Bank of Sycamore is uniquely rooted in our communities, folks, proudly serving their customers since 1919. They have locations in Sycamore, Tiffin, New Regal, and McCutcheonsville. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Saw Jerry today. Actually, no, it was yesterday. Sorry, yesterday. Days just kind of running together here.
That's for sure.
Came into Madison Street, had lunch yesterday with the crew, Grant Eckleberry in there with him. He's got an outstanding staff over there at First National.
Been one of the more outstanding sponsors that we've had with
Yes.
us for the ride the whole time.
The whole time. We've had a few of them that have been on with us since day one, and we can't thank them enough. And we're looking to add more, folks. If you want to get on board, shoot us a message. Send me an email, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. Cooper Talika looking to inbound. Gets it into Jackson Wright. Back to Talika. Driving. Kick out for Stahl for three. Bang! Clay Stahl! Knocks down the three.
Man. Picture perfect.
Nick Palm had it poked away. Gets it back to Schultz. Ardner. Cross court for Palm. Now down low, they're working it to Wagner. Kick out, Schultz for three. No. Wagner wanted that assist, man. That was a nice assist.
I was going to say, it was nice and unselfish of him, though.
It was like a little push pass. Here you go, you can have that.
He's like, this might still help me get the gift card. Here you go.
Dimes fill up the stat sheet.
We just can't quit teasing him about that, though. I love the passion that he came in with to the studio last night talking about that. Man, I really wanted that gift card. I put up 22, guys. Love it.
Three-pointer from Cooper Talika. 38-30. Little 6-0 run here for the Streaks. Back-to-back threes. Ardner in the corner, had it poked away. On the floor, Pert now with it. Held ball, possession arrow favors the Streaks. So Fremont St. Joe will get it back. 1:53 left here in the third quarter. Chance to trim this one down to a two-possession ball game. Streaks now with it. Jackson Wright over to Talika. Driving. Puts it up off the glass. No. Rebound grab by Wolf. Had it stripped away by Wright. We're going to say a held ball is going to give the ball back to Tiffin Calvert. Oh, yeah, I don't know. It looked like Wright had that one pretty clearly in his grasp.
Yeah, I mean, it was for a second there, it was about a 50-50, but then he definitely pulled away with that one.
That's a good break for the Senecas. Otterbacher had it poked away. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Streaks. I keep saying the Streaks. It is the Crimson Streaks. I don't want to sell them any short here.
It's the Streaks. Of course, on the scoreboard here, I couldn't really fit Crimson Streaks on there, so we just put Streaks on there.
Or no, it is the Streaks. Not the Crimson Streaks. That's Willard. What am I thinking?
No, they're the Crimson Streaks. They are, too.
Oh, it does say Crimson at the top. Yep, there we go. Crimson Streaks. I just looked down here on the wall here at Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium. They have all the teams from the SBC River, and they have them just listed as the Streaks.
Yeah. I feel like the...
That's just laziness on the logo guy, huh?
I feel
Graphics
like
guy.
The Crimson's just an afterthought, I think.
Well, they are red. I mean, come on. You can put 2 and 2 together. They're not the Scarlet Streaks. Lee Morgan.
Ooh.
Out to Palm. Cross court. Otterbacher. Palm for 3. No.
Ooh.
Wolf grabs the rebound. Carter Wolf. Over to Palm. Palm up with the shot. No, but he's fouled. Nick Palm draws the contact.
He missed that shot, and Wolf got the rebound. You said Wolf, and I thought you were just talking about a shot missing.
Wolf. So Nick Palm at the line.
Nice.
On the season, he's a 73% free throw shooter. You know what's even crazier, Greggy? He's 71% from the floor from 2-point. He has made 30 out of 42 two-pointers this year. That is unreal for a guy who's not 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, folks, that's crazy.
That's incredible accuracy from, like, anywhere down there.
And efficiency. What a drive to the basket by Jackson Wright. He finishes and draws the foul. Jackson Wright now with 8 points. He goes to the line for potential three-point play the old-fashioned way. We got 3 checking in for Tiffin Calvert as Lee Morgan, Carter Wolf, and Kevin Ardner take a seat. Checking back in, Gavin Wagner, Jacob Rumback, and Harrison Schultz. Wright unable to convert. Talika grabs the rebound for the Streaks. Cooper Talika with it. Off the screen. Driving. Mid-range jumper, no. Rebound grab by Otterbacher. A little bit of contact, but they're going to let him play. Otterbacher pushes it. Should have been a kickball, but they'll let him play. Otterbacher for 3! At the buzzer, Caden Otterbacher knocks down the 3. And we're going to step aside and take a timeout. Tiffin Calvert takes an 11-point lead into the fourth quarter. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Hoops on Hoos.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent, Jeff Leopold, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1144. You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. All right, and we're back here at Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium. We are set to start the fourth quarter of action. Tiffin Calvert leading 43-32 over the Fremont St. Joe Crimson Streaks. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn on the call with you. We've got Gino Botten running the cameras here tonight. Ooh. Drive to the paint by Jackson Wright. And there's going to be a foul on the shot. I believe it was a shot. Are they saying that was a shooting foul? Yeah, he's going to go to the line for 2 shots. Jackson Wright. Nick Palm's trying to figure out, like, that was really a foul on him? On us? How's that a foul on us? I was wondering the same thing. Like, how is he shooting?
Yeah, that's I mean, he was obviously was moving, but I don't know about going up for the shot there.
Yeah, because they're not in the bonus, and it definitely didn't look like a shot to me. It looked like he was about to pass it, Greg. But those eyes were closer than mine, so I'll trust them.
Yep. What's done is done now anyway.
That's right. Jackson Wright knocks him down and brings the Crimson Streaks to within 9, 43-34. Otterbacher over to Palm. Thought about a three, but puts it on the floor. Pulls it back. Under the basket for Wagner. He's going to be fouled.
I'm not sure. That kid's kind of throwing his arms up like, what did I do? And I'm like, well, it kind of looked like to me like you ran right into him there, bro. I'm not really sure where the confusion comes in, but.
Nick Palm looking to inbound. Run back under the basket.
Oh.
Nice feed from Palm off the inbound. And Jacob Runback with his 8th point of the ball game gives the Tiffin Calvert Senecas an 11-point lead. Clay Stahl works it over to Jackson Wright on the left wing. Wright working on Otterbacher, poked away, got back by Stahl, and we've got a foul off the ball here against Fremont St. Joe. That's going on Pert. I believe that's who the foul was called on. Grant Pert. That's 5 team fouls on each team. And we're at the 7:09 mark here in the ballgame. Palm over to Otterbacher. Now Schultz back to Otterbacher. They work it around the perimeter here. Nick Palm pulls it back. Calls out the set. Cross court for Caden Otterbacher. And that one's stolen away. Clay Stahl driving. Puts it up. Oh, short with the shot. Missed everything. Otterbacher pushes it. Schultz, mid-range, floater,
nice.
Good. Harry Schultz knocks it down.
We're going to take that one and clean it up, wrap it up real nice for some.
And that one goes out of bounds, poked away by Tiffin Calvert.
Entering the game for the Streaks, number 23, Brandon Grawl.
Brandon Grawl checking back into the game. Clay Stahl takes a seat. Leading scorer for Fremont St. Joe tonight, Clay Stahl. He's hit a few threes. He's kept them in the game. Nice move by Pert to the basket, but unable to finish as Runback is going to be fouled under the basket as he tried to get it over to Palm, but was fouled by Nick Anderson. That'll be his first and the 6th team foul here at the 6:20 mark. So the next foul will put Tiffin Calvert at the free throw line in a 1-and-1. Otterbacher over the right wing for Palm. Kind of like a...
It's like he wasn't there for it yet.
Yeah. He's a very anticipated pass there.
Yeah,
Palm, wide open three. Bang! Nick Palm.
Oh, so tasty.
Tasting like an MST gift card.
So good and tasty.
Talika. Pass nearly stolen away, but they get it back. Anderson.
Nice quick pass there.
Over to Pert. Now back to Talika for three. No. Rebound grabbed by Nick Palm. Palm double teamed. And able to get it away and off of Fremont St. Joe.
So I'm pretty sure he hopped up there. I don't think you can see it very good because of the pole, but it looks like he hopped up there and threw it back into his leg real quick.
Very impressive. 16-point lead for the Senecas. 5:31 left to play here in the ballgame. Otterbacher inbounds to Palm. And we got a double dose for you this weekend, folks. Tomorrow night, more Hoops on Hoos.
Seneca East and Upper Sandusky, I believe.
That's right. Seneca East, Upper Sandusky. That one's in Attica, and it's a 6:30 tip, folks, so it's an early game for us. Make sure you set your calendar, set your reminders for tomorrow. And once again, 6:30 tip-off between Seneca East and Upper Sandusky. Harry Schultz, three-pointer from the left corner, no good. And a rebound grab by Jackson Wright. That pass stolen away by Rumback. Palm now with it in the forecourt. Palm driving up with the shot off the glass and in. Nick Palm now gives him 21 points here tonight.
He's going to be hard to catch now.
And he's pulling away in pursuit of that MST gift card.
I'll tell you what, man, MST's so good. I'm half tempted to put on a jersey and go down there and shoot a couple shots, see if I can win me that gift card.
20, Jacob Rumback, his first, team 6.
Talika looking at inbound. 4:33 left here in the ball game. Left corner three, no good from Wright. Rebound grab by Tiffin Calvert's Nick Palm. Otterbacher over to Rumback. Now back to Otterbacher as they work it around the perimeter. We're down to 4:17 left in the ball game. Senecas have extended that lead out to 18 now as Rumback drives the baseline, puts it up, no. Rebound grab by Wagner under the basket, puts it up, no, but he draws the foul. I tell you what, man. He did some pretty good moves down there down low to get around those bodies and get that shot up.
No lack of effort there at all, that's for sure.
Well, he is all effort, man. That's what has earned him playing time here.
Entering the game for the Streaks, number 30, Grant Hart.
As you look at the roster, you look at these guys who are getting significant playing time. You know, him and Carter Wolf, the only sophomores on this roster who really are seeing significant playing time.
That's crazy that he's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
Like,
very talented.
very well spoken, very mature.
And Nick Palm gets the rebound off the missed free throw and puts it up and in. So Nick Palm now with 23 points here tonight, leading all scorers. That pass stolen away by Caden Otterbacher.
Uh-oh.
Drives to the basket, puts it up. No. Rumback grabs the rebound and puts it back up and puts it in. 3 Calvert players in double digits here tonight.
He said, I got you, bud, I got you.
Here, I'll get you change. Jackson Wright. Over to Pert, poked away, but they get it back.
I love the aggressiveness.
Wright unable to convert on the shot in the paint. Harrison Schultz now pushes it over the timeline to Rumback. Rumback into the paint, up with the shot, off the glass and in. Jacob Rumback.
He could have walked that one up there and put it in there, Nate.
I was going to say, it's got to be a point where the coach has got to take a timeout. They're on a probably 11-0 run now, I think, something. It's just getting a little out of hand here for Tiffin Calvert, and Fremont St. Joe has got to take a break because I don't think they've scored any points here in the fourth quarter, Greg. If I remember correctly, they had 34 to start the fourth quarter.
I mean, I can say this much. I know for a fact that they definitely closed the gap.
Yeah.
They got really close there, and then Calvert, man.
They just put their foot on the gas, man.
Like, just like that, next thing you know, such a huge differential in the score here.
All gas, no brakes. Of course, timeout's brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. We want to take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's broadcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to our presenting sponsors, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, as well as UIS Insurance and Investments, First National Bank of Sycamore, Phillips Electric, MST Sauce Company, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, TPC Food Service, Rodgers Flowers, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Buckeye IT, TJ Willies Fine Foods, Feasel's Frame and Collision, 5-Star Maintenance, Clouse Electric, Sara Reisen Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, and Pyramid Recruiting Offices, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Clay Stahl into the forecourt now for Fremont St. Joe. Nick Anderson over to Stahl for 3. Left corner, no good. Wagner, no, that's Otterbacher, grabs the rebound. They both got curly hair, so. Nick Palm, top of the key.
Got some moves there.
Otterbacher works it down low for Wagner. Give back for Otterbacher. And he was trying to stuff it.
Woo, man.
But instead, he decides, I'll just go ahead and lay this one up.
He said, I'll pull back a little bit on that.
I don't want to do that to him.
It was beautiful nonetheless.
He said, I don't want to do that to him.
It was just a great pass, great feed, perfectly executed there.
2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the ball game. Tiffin Calvert leading by 26. This was an 8-point ball game at one point here in the fourth quarter, folks.
Yeah, it was getting very nerve-wracking there for the Senecas for a minute. I didn't think that Fremont was going to go away.
Yeah. Right, off the inbound, mid-range jumper, no. Rebound grab by Otterbacher. Caden Otterbacher under the basket for Wagner. Puts it up and puts it in. Gavin Wagner
Man, they just
says, hey, you got 2 of them gift cards?
They've just found a really nice rhythm here at the end of this one.
Pert under the basket, puts it up, puts it in. Nice move there by Grant Pert.
Shake that off.
It breaks the scoring drought for Fremont St. Joe here in the fourth quarter. Nick Palm into the forecourt now. Harrison Schultz driving into the paint, up with the shot. What a move by Harry Schultz.
Man.
I'm telling you, man, that was impressive.
It looks like, I feel like we're watching one of those NBA dunk contests right now where they're putting on all the fancy moves out here.
Right. Oh, look at that three-pointer. Clay Stahl knocks it down.
Talk about your fancy moves there.
From deep.
Beautiful.
And we got a timeout called. Tiffin Calvert will take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, folks. There's about a minute left here in the ball game. But let me tell you, if you're sitting around, you're trying to figure out what you can do to make some extra money, or maybe your job's just not cutting it for you. You're trying to find something new. Don't just go out there and go look and find, I'm telling you, go see the folks at Pyramid Recruiting Offices. You know that goofy-looking A building over there on North Washington Street? You know the one that looks like a pyramid over there? That's Pyramid Recruiting Offices. Now hired for skilled labor, accounting, entry-level, general factory, maintenance, CNC, assembly, team lead, administration, so much more. They've been serving local employers and businesses for over 34 years, and they've been located in that familiar A-frame building on North Washington Street since 1988. Pyramid Recruiting, Tiffin's only locally owned and operated job placement service.
Oh, yeah, you can go out and get any job, but they'll find the job for you.
That they will fit you to the job that fits for you. Harrison Schultz. Kick out for Otterbacher. Now back to Schultz. And they're just trying to play keep away here as they try to wind down the rest of this clock. And Otterbacher says, nah, I'm going to put some more points up.
I mean, all right. You guys are going to be all over us. Like.
So a 27-point lead now for Tiffin Calvert. 66-39. Down to 24 seconds left in the ball game. Thanks for tuning in here with us tonight. Nick Palm with the steal. Coast to coast. Off the glass. He tried to set up Otterbacher. But Otterbacher says, hey, I was pushed from behind, man. Like, what was going on with that?
I mean, I appreciate the attempt there. Regardless, that was a nice little entertaining thing to watch, that's for sure.
That's what we call a private school dunk. Otterbacher has been looking to get that dunk, though. I feel like there's been a couple times where they try to get that off the glass look. Where they try to toss it off the glass to him, and he's in transition.
I mean, it was there.
Like, man, it's been there a couple times.
Why not? Got to have some fun out here, right?
Absolutely. Down to the last 3 seconds. Cooper Talika at the line and gets the first one to go. Talika now with 8 points on the night. Make sure you stick around for the postgame show, folks. Brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, as we'll give you the MST Sauce Company Player of the Game.
Nice.
As Talika knocks down both free throws. And that's the end of the ball game, folks. Tiffin Calvert with a big-time 66-41 win over the Fremont St. Joe Crimson Streaks. We're going to step aside and take a timeout. We'll be right back to wrap this one up. Live from Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back with the postgame show right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Jeff Leopold for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1144. You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Welcome back to Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium as we are live here with the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn on the call.
Tommy, just reading Tommy's comments on Facebook. He says, that Xcaret's looking good. And then he said, that First National Bank of Sycamore is looking good. What a dork.
That Hoops on Hoos is looking good.
It all looks good, Tommy. It all looks good.
Once again, you're tuned into the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Let me tell you about my friends at Your Legacy. They've been part of this community for 70 years. They're a member-driven financial cooperative, and they're delighted to provide a personal touch to an often impersonal industry with a focus on respect and member satisfaction while caring for your financial needs. Stop in at Your Legacy, located at 25 Schaefer Park Drive in Tiffin. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA. So, 66-41, Greg, there's not a whole lot that can really be said that we didn't already say during the broadcast about this one. I mean, senior night, Nick Palm decided, hey, guys, it's my night. It's senior night. Now, there's another senior on the team, Lee Morgan. Obviously, they both got the start tonight. They both contributed tonight. But, man, Nick Palm said, hey, I like those gift cards. I want another one. Because, Greggy, I'm pretty sure, didn't we give him the gift card the last time we were here?
I'm almost certain. I mean, I know we give it to so many athletes during so many games, but I'm pretty sure that I remember typing his name out not too long ago for the last game there. So pretty sure that he got it. But, hey, it's like we said, though, Nate. I don't remember there being any written rule that said that you can't have Madison Street more than once and you can't win more than once. I mean, if it was
I have Madison Street 4 times a week.
I was going to say, between us, I'm sure we go 5-6 times a week.
Once again, we are just about done here, but I want to try to see if we can maybe get our player of the game for an interview, but I don't know, Greg. That's going to be kind of hard for me to pull off up here. And I can't send Gino after him because, well, that wouldn't be very fair to Gino. And, well, how about this? How about I try to get Nick Palm on for an interview maybe next week on Mulling It Over or something?
I was going to say that you can do that, or if you wanted me to go to commercial and you want to try to get him now, it's up. I don't know where he's at. I'm looking down here. I'm not sure if I even see him down here.
Because, I mean, Greg, when you talk about the player of the game, I think tonight, the way everything played out, when you talk about this team started out, Fremont St. Joe came in with a mission. They were saying, all right, we want the upset. We've got to control the tempo from the start. the guy who really turned the tempo and turned the tide for Tiffin Calvert has got to be Nick Palm. I'll tell you.
Oh, for sure.
I really think for everything that we've seen from this team this year, he's been kind of the guy, the steady hand, the guiding force, I guess, if you will. You know, he didn't have a lot of experience coming into this season, but he's one of 2 seniors on this squad. You know, after that squad they had last year with the magical run, the undefeated all the way through, you're not going to get a whole lot of playing time on a team like that stacked with 7 seniors.
And I mean, and I know we're on the subject here of basketball, but when we're talking about Nick Palm and his leadership abilities, I've felt that and seen that since the beginning of this year, since baseball season. Nate.
Yes.
Like, it has just been pouring out of this kid. Like,
well, and he's been looking for that, you know, since baseball season. That's a great point, Greg, because he was a junior during baseball season, but he still showed so much of those leadership qualities that you're seeing now, that he just kind of took that next step last year during baseball and said, you know what? This is my team, and this is my school, and I'm going to represent this school with the best that I have in everything that I do. And you're seeing it play forward on these in these basketball games, man. This has been a great showing by Nick Palm so far here in the season. He's leading the way for Tiffin Calvert, got over 10 points a game. Not much more can be said about him on the season, but tonight, senior night, parents in the house. He's got big bro in the house. You know, everybody's here. He wanted to put on a show tonight, and I think he did.
He absolutely did. Absolutely. And I think, I mean, to touch on your point about maybe having him on the show sometime this week, I think it's a great idea because, you know, we give the player of the game, we try to rush it in here at the end of the game. Everybody's trying to pack up, shut the lights off, and get out of here. And it's not really the full spotlight that we love to give these kids. So I think it would be a great idea to have him come on sometime this week. We'll reach out to him, see if we can have him on for an interview and give him the full spotlight he deserves here tonight.
For sure. Absolutely. Well, once again, our MST Sauce Company player of the game, Nick Palm. Congratulations, young man. You had an outstanding game. 23 points here tonight, leading the way, leading all scorers here tonight in this SBC River Rivalry matchup between Tiffin Calvert and Fremont St. Joe. Once again, your final score, 66-41. Tiffin Calvert, you know, it was an 8-point ball game at one point in the third quarter, but they just put their foot on the gas and never let go, never let up, and cruised their way to that big win. A 25-point victory here on senior night in front of the home crowd.
And that's how you do it, man. That's what makes the mark of a winning team, is to be able to finish out the game and close out like that. And, you know, it was close the entire time, like we said. They kept it close, did a great job, and then the Senecas said, hey, we know what we can do. We know what we're here to do. Let's go out there and do it and finish this one. And they absolutely did. They put this one away. Absolutely.
Well, we got a couple more games coming up for Tiffin Calvert. A couple more of these boys games that we'll be covering. We've got Wednesday, February 1st. We'll be back here. Tiffin Calvert versus Norwalk St. Paul. That's right. The Flyers be live right here. And then Tiffin Calvert at New Regal. That's a road game. So we'll be on the road over in New Regal for that one. Make sure you tune in, as the only way you're going to be able to watch that one is right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That's a 7 o'clock game. That's, once again, February 10th. That's a Friday game. We also got a couple of Calvert girls games coming up. Next Friday, that's Friday, January 27th, 1 week from tonight, Calvert versus Sandusky St. Mary's Central Catholic Girls. It's a 7 o'clock tip-off. And then the following Saturday, February 11th, you got Calvert versus Danbury Girls. That's a 1:30 tip-off here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
I just had to have a little chuckle at how much of a mouthful that was. Sandusky St. Mary's Central Catholic. There's just so many words in that school name.
There's been some tongue twisters, I'll tell you that. There's been some tongue twisters over the years. Most of them are student names, though. You don't get it from the schools very often, you know? Greggy, any final thoughts here before we wrap this one up?
Oh, man, this was a great one to watch.
Yeah.
You know, we came in here, and I don't want to sound biased or anything, but I kind of had the vibe and the feeling that Calvert was going to easily handle this one. And it didn't look so easy through most of this game, Nate. So it was a very great contest. My hat's off to the Crimson Streaks. They did a great job here tonight. A great job to the Senecas, and heck of a game for us to watch.
I think the Senecas knew they were on TV tonight, so they were like, hey, we can't just blow them out right away. We got to ease up and let people watch the whole game,
you know? Give them the ratings, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, Senecas, thank you. Appreciate that. And once again, big-time win here for Tiffin Calvert. Coming home, getting the win, 66-41 here on senior night. Nick Palm, congratulations, our MST Sauce Company player of the game. That's pretty much going to do it, guys. I mean, I got nothing else to say except for thank you to all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's ball game. Thanks to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, UIS Insurance and Investments, First National Bank of Sycamore, Phillips Electric, MST Sauce Company, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, TPC Food Service, Rodgers Flowers, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Buckeye IT, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, Feasel's Frame and Collision, 5-Star Maintenance, Clouse Electric, Sara Reisen Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, and Pyramid Recruiting Offices, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Of course, you've been tuned into the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, your final score, Tiffin Calvert 66, Fremont St. Joe 41. For Gino Botten and Greg Kinn, I'm Nate Mullins signing off from Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium. You've been watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks for tuning in here with us on the pulse of the Buckeye State. Have a great night, everybody.